my name is Miss P and you're on the RETURNEE Show.
To the younger generation, oh no no, RETURNEEs be calling you back home.
I'm currently based in Douala, but it feels like I'm all over the world because I just have not come to terms with the fact that I live in Douala. Do you know that state of denial when you want to live abroad but still be home? It should be about 4 years now, thereabouts. When I mentioned to my family that I was coming home, like multiple reactions, mixed feelings all over the place, because my goal ultimately when I left Cameroon was to come back, was study and come back home. I never ever left for good. And it was to gain expertise and knowledge to come back and see how I can improve on my environment. So when I mentioned, my mom felt like it was a bit premature, but at the same time, my dad was going through a bit of a difficult phase where with some medical conditions, and he was in France for some treatment for some time. So I just felt like, you know, when he's coming back home, I might as well rush home, spend some time with him, seeing as I'm the first and I was born a bit in his later years. It would be amazing for me to get to spend more time with him and get to understand my family. And they just felt like, you know what, if you absolutely think you can cope with it, okay, try it, let's see. The city in which you live in definitely does not determine your success, that I promise you. It can influence a few factors, accelerate or slow motion on a few elements, but what you need to succeed first is this. You need to have a strong mindset, and if you don't have a strong mindset, wherever you place yourself, you can place yourself at a 2D, president's right hand, and you won't make it. Now, if I want to talk about the challenges, can I write an encyclopedia about this? But the challenges integrating for me were very much so on one side, because I returned home quite often on holiday. Sometimes I'll come to Cameroon 2-3 times in a year, spend time with my family. So I didn't feel far off. I could adapt very easily. But moving back home to work, to start a business, now we can talk about challenges. First off, then I didn't really understand what the people wanted, because it felt like people were not embracing change. People are not ready for change. You know, the general statement is human beings do not like change. But it's come to a point where I've understood Cameroonians want change, but we are groomed not to embrace, encourage, and to make change happen for us the way we want it to happen. So the bigger challenge for me was introducing innovation and finding that resistance came from the very same people who complain that they want this innovation. Adapting into the environment was not a big deal. Now, internet, obviously, when you're used to fluid internet and you're used to fluid information coming across with an internet penetration of about 10% and a bandwidth of God knows, take a deep breath and just whatever happens, happens. That was my second biggest challenge. And one other thing is I'm a very outgoing, sociable person. As much as I have my moments where I'm fairly serious, it was hard for me to understand that young people could drown so much into alcohol and feel like that was fun, when the essentials of distracting yourself, discovering new things, going away on a holiday or taking a break, a weekend with friends and socializing over some intellectual conversations did not really exist. So the environment was quite heavy, you know, and that for me posed a major challenge. But through the years, it's been improving and it's getting a lot lighter and people are becoming a lot more open-minded than they used to be, which is top-notch amazing. The Miss P show to me came off as an idea when I returned. I was very interested in getting some information about the young people here. I was thinking about my future. And the question was, in that future, who's going to be with me? I'm obviously not going to be alone. So where are the young people right now who are influencers? Who are the young entrepreneurs? Who are those introducing innovation? Who are those trying to build a better Cameroon and, of course, a better Africa? And I said, okay, cool, let me create this platform where young people can come up, share their experiences in order to inspire other people. And of course, take a look at our role models as well, who have such a long journey to share and who can encourage us through their experiences. So it was kind of like a fun, entertaining, but at the same time informative concept. So I just got with the slogan, infotainment. I would encourage returnees to come back home. Of course, the advantages of you coming back home are you bring in fresh mindsets, a fresh understanding of the opportunities that development can have for us. Many of those who have not been able to leave Cameroon or there so Africa do not understand the impact of change. We say we want change, we see change in other places, but we do not understand the impact of change because we have not lived it. You being amongst us and you portraying that lifestyle shows us exactly how we may change. Something stupid, something silly, something common, littering the place around. When returnees come back, they get into the habit of throwing gum on the streets, littering the streets with their bottles. That's a typical example of how you could educate and encourage people to change from their usual habits. So first, reflect the lifestyle that you want to. It's going to be difficult, it's going to be tough, but with a bit of resilience, I think you can conduct. I say conduct, and I mean it. Conduct. Wherever there's trouble, there's opportunity. Wherever you find opportunity, there are challenges. One thing we hold on to so much are the challenges we face. And I'm not writing out the difficulties that the system has imposed us through its failure over the years, but what I believe that is most important to hold on to is the path, the strategy that you use to move past this. Resilience is a very much appreciated character that I implore many people to adopt, because it gives you that strength of mind, that mental strength to face many of the problems that you come across. A virgin land, yes. A land filled with opportunities, yes. A troubled land where there's access to quite a few things, not so much, but hope, hard work, professionalism, and of course, resilience will get you there.
Dreaming big for tomorrow, we gotta walk hand in gloves. Be an inspiration to the younger generation. Oh no, no, returnees be calling you back home. Poor Mela.